Welcome back to Fallen London. Today we're going to make some progress. As you may notice, Persuasive's made some progress of its own down here. 132. We'll go ahead and equip our Persuasive wear. The morning is the time when I feel least able to be charming. I don't feel the need to take Persuasive all the way to 200. Don't think there are any challenges akin to, well, there may be in the palace, we'll see. But for now, we're going to, well, what are we going to do? A commission to immortalize Jack of Smiles, another Penny Dreadful. I don't think so. Deepen our acquaintance with prisoners, well, the commissions take a few actions, but why don't we just take this? A name signed with a flourish 1. We may need to seduce one of these two. Commission right about prisoners, honey. Well, we'll deepen our acquaintance with it first. Stuff might just be profitable as well as pleasurable. Take notes from our experiences. We can read them later to our associates, who will no doubt be suitably impressed. Of course. We place a drop of honey to our tongue, lie back and close our eyes, pen and notebook close at hand. Prisoner's honey does not bring dreams to those who sample it. Instead, it physically transports them to dreams. Our body fades from the couch as the gentle humming of bees fills the room. The nature of the dream to which we travel depends in large part on our own imaginative powers. This is a little disturbing, since we find ourselves in a moonlit garden of white flowers and weeping statues. The statues, like the garden, are very beautiful, but the effect is rather melancholy, and we are not entirely sorry to return. The Sunny Den's proprietor reads our notes, and, delighted by the effect they may have on his business, gives us a free sample. We didn't gain connoisseur because we've been gaining it on grinding Persuasive. Onward. So, that was a new one, incidentally, back when I last played. It was never entirely clear that Prisoner's Honey physically transported the people that it did transport. I think we gained the opportunity to skip becoming acquainted with the heiress or the jewel thief, which is fine by me because neither of them much appeals. Ugh. Doesn't help that they're from different eras of London art. This guy used to look quite different, and looks no better now. Still sallow. And she looks like a snuffer. Look at her eyes. It appears she's wearing a mask. Ugh. We could publish our experiences with Prisoner's Honey, though. Or maybe we should explore all of the repeatable options just for fun. So, what if we chat with the Duchess's private secretary? He has a honey habit. See if we can get him to open up. He must know some fascinating secrets. Go. He's not quite indiscreet, but he does drop a few hints. The Duchess's relationship with cats in the city is not quite clear, but she hears a great deal. Her secretary is a treasure trove of secrets. Onward. What else have we got? We've got so many of these pinned stories now. Play decoy for a street magician. While all eyes are on us, the magician's other assistant will pass through the crowd, lifting wallets while attention is elsewhere. My watch? That's not my watch. We shake the pocket watch in the magician's face. He protests that certainly that watch is the same one he caused to disappear. The crowd titters expectantly. Go. A rousing success. We and the magician eventually come to well-rehearsed blows. The crowd is delighted, and a shadow moves among them, lightening their pockets. Afterward, we are awarded with our share. Seems like a missed opportunity. We could choose Persuasive and just mug him. Onward. Did I say choose Persuasive? I meant choose Dangerous. My tongue didn't taste the dangerous in the past few minutes. So I don't want to do the commission because that will take... Oh, not having any, so this is a one-time thing. Commission, immortalize Jack of Smiles and another Penny Dreadful. Jack of Smiles is a possessing spirit who from time to time occupies some poor idiot's corpse and slinks around the streets cutting up people he takes a dislike to. It's not just dead people. There are no dead people underneath, of course. For the most part. It's live people. Eventually, some public-spirited citizen always catches him and puts him down. Accept a bloody and exploitative tale of murder and ravishment printed on flimsy paper for the entertainment of the street urchins. That's just our thing. Go. Inspired, payment if it's finished, if it meets the standard required. 1 murder every 4 pages is required. So this is a carousel. Let's take a quick look at what our options are. We'll need to find suitably blood-curdling material. Be straightforward. Invent detail. Be damned if you can't think up something as revolting as anything some strutting corpse stealer can manage. Boom. Actually, we feel quite ill reading that back. Marvelous. Try it again. This might be faster. Uncover new material. Visit the offices of the Fifth Times to read back issues. Talk to eyewitnesses. How many pieces? We squeeze in as many of the miserable and grisly details as we can. So this is actually more detailed than the watchful ones that we saw a while ago, where it seemed that the options to investigate were completely generic. I'm sure that as far as inspired goes, it won't be talking about how many pieces if we're commissioning something for someone who is not looking for murder material. I'll put you on pause until I'm finally inspired enough. Be right back. And there we are. We're only just inspired enough, but I consider you, my companions, to be a good luck charm. 30% seems to be a certainty around here. They asked for it. They want blood. Give them blood. Turn in a piece so savage, so terrifying and gruesome and detailed that it may be banned before it ever gets off the presses. Well, of course. I need to spend a few more actions. Oh, no. You, citizen, are a maniac. Get out of my office before I call the constables. As we leave, we hear a clerk being given instructions to fling our manuscript into the furnace. Well, we'll show them, won't we? We'll show them all. I'll be right back. Here, 50%. That constitutes reasonable. Go. Yes, we did it. Citizen, this is quite an achievement. You'll excuse me if I don't shake your hand. We're escorted from the publisher's office and questioned by constables. Our work gives 900 readers nightmares and closes 4 schools. Run, scream, and read as you pass in the street. I like how specific that is. That makes me happy. Sales are excellent. We receive an unexpected bonus. Late one night, a stranger delivers a package of bottled souls to our door. We don't see his face, but a note with the package reads, "Best wishes, Jack." Now, I don't know. Oh, it is actually repeatable, but it was fun. I'm glad we did that. We didn't make any actual progress in the persuasive story, but we learned. I don't care about these two, so we'll skip that. I believe that the way that these qualities work now, it tends to get confused, and it asks you how much you've done in the persuasive and watchful and dangerous and shadowy stories, even if you haven't done anything in them yet, which is how I got ahead of these things that would otherwise be required for the name written in a flourish. I should have had 0. I think that should have given me 1. So, forget those guys. Oh, this is another commission. Maybe I have to fuck them. Maybe I've got no option. I'm doing the Prisoner's Honey first. The magazine formerly known as the London Magazine may be interested in publishing some of the journals we've written about our experiences with Prisoner's Honey. Sure, our work deserves a wider audience. Now to find sufficiently colorful material, back to the honey den, so this time we probably won't be writing about Jack murdering people. Show me. To work. We'll need to build up Inspired to 5, a straightforward approach, convey the more pleasurable dreams with all the skill at our disposal, while look for trouble. There are worse ways to earn a living. Hours in perfumed pleasure gardens, and we're being paid for this? Well, not yet. This might be faster. Look for the more dangerous dreams. There's a small chance we'll be eaten by nightmares, of course, but it'll make for good material. That will keep us going. The horrors we've seen turn a single hair white, but we pluck it out and continue. Back in a moment, when we're inspired enough. I'm feeling quite inspired now. I suspect, as before, there will be 2 options. Publish our experiences. Did we really write this? Of course we did. Submit our notes. God, we're talented. Hope they recognize it. Let's find out if they know good work when they see it. Be bold. Honey has allowed us to touch the farther shores of consciousness, produce something extraordinary. They don't understand it, then we're probably a genius. We didn't have the option to abandon Jack, did we? 70%. As always, you, my audience of none, or one, I guess, Luca, if you're listening, you will see me through. Ah, see? Look at how good you guys are. An encouraging outcome. We can't read the editor's face. Is he impressed? Confused? Is that the beginning of a yawn? Is he trying to hide a smile? In any case, we are paid, and paid well, although the payment is in whatever the magazine happens to have spare at the moment, which can be peculiar. Imagine a world where magazines could actually make money. Soft, smooth fabric. Surface silk scraps. A length of fabric spun and cut. Where? Who gathers the cocoons in the sunlight? How far? How long ago? The neath roof arcs above. All is quiet. No silkworms here below. No mulberries. No sun. And no law. Well, yes, that's true. So we didn't actually make any progress there. We're going to have to fuck these people. Alright, well, what's this? Playing with soul. Oh, this is a fate-locked story, I think. Let me see. Maybe, maybe not. The blind pianist improvises simple, meandering tunes at her piano corner in a corner of a Veal Garden pub. The sallow spirifer nurses his beer and stares at her back. Does she know she's being watched? We could speak to her at the end of the set. The spirifer is known as a dealer in souls. What does he want with her? Ah, well, I'm certainly not dealing with the fucking spirifer. There's no chance of that. They are the worst. A chat with the blind pianist. We watch the blind pianist. She's hidden it well, but we're sure. The long teeth, the hint of sulfur behind the lavender water, yellow eyes behind smoked glass. She's a devil. A ripple of polite applause marks the end of her set. Her music is unconventional, even the bohemians don't know what to make of it. She sits next to us at the bar and orders a whiskey. You expected me to drink blood or tears, she asks. My kin like to play to the crowd. They threw me out of the brass embassy because I don't share their hungers. I see the sallow spirifer's back. He's an odd one. He says he only buys souls to return to their owners, but I'm not sure. I tried to be friendly, but he doesn't know you can trust the devil that drinks whiskey. I really like this. This is a really good block of text. That is a pleasure to read. Now, I believe that this story actually dates to before it was really known what the devils are, which is bees. I don't know if they knew it internally. How do we continue that? It looks like it might be continued through opportunities. So, I am recording opportunity stories now, by the way. They are sitting in a bucket. So, those will be going up eventually. I have yet to complete any or get to a point where it felt like they were long enough to deserve to go up in partial, but they will in the end. In fact, I'll probably record some more of those. Well, I won't have any actions. The dreams are being recorded the same way. Once I have like 5 minutes of dream content, I'll probably upload it. But 5 minutes of dream content may take a year to record, so who knows? We'll see. Is that it? So that's it. So we do have to go screw these strangers. I'm not saying I'm opposed to that. It was a common theme in my life until recently. However, oh, here we go. Making a name, engage in a notable affair. It's going to send me off to fuck the strangers, yes. Oh, we should look at the other repeatable options first, though. Yeah, the commissions, I don't really want to do these. We've seen how they work. I think, oh, it's 3 actions. Jeez. No. I'm going to leave this urchin alone. Sorry, I'm not writing her. I'm not Cyranoing you. More like Cyrano. The singing mandrake. No, I'm not seducing you, strangers. Tell a risque joke. After the opening of a popular review, a bishop waits on one of the more favorite actresses at the stage door. Madam, he says, laugh, damn you. Rare success. A gasp, a stifled scream, a round of applause. 3 ladies and 2 gentlemen faint. Even an eavesdropping rat drops out of the ceiling in a state of shock. We've made an impression. Well, but we didn't get to hear the punchline. Which is very like Fall in London. Not a blaming an affair, no. Tell a politically dangerous joke. How does one distinguish a master of the bazaar from a barrel of sheep's urine? Let's hope the audience here is sympathetic. We don't need another spell in New Newgate. A roar of laughter. Now remember that one. Hope the constables don't hear it from them. In the meantime, we're the center of attention. Always a pleasant place to be. We leave the mandrake with a good bottle of wine tucked under our arm. Chat with a tipsy spy. A spy, so rumor has it. If we get her talking, we might learn something useful. Whispered hint connected the great game. Very small amount. Wine and company loosen her tongue. She's not indiscreet enough to say who she's spying for. A surface city, a tomb colony, hell. But she does pass on some rather startling information about city politics. Onward. Mock an insufferable poseur. This fellow is sitting at the back of the singing mandrake, reciting, well, technically it's poetry. Each line is worse than the last. It's a public service. Anyway, he's in our favorite chair. A surgical coup. We meet each line of his faultlessly with a cough, an off-color joke, or a badly timed applause, yes. Soon enough, he stumbles red-faced from the premises. A grateful crowd rewards us at the bar. Onward. No more. No more. Now we will succumb to our baser urges. And, let's see, where is it? A notable seduction. Making our name engaged in a notable affair. In all things look to love. We can engage in an affair that gets people to talk. We'll move up in the world, if we can. Alright, well, let's imagine that's not actually his face, but is in fact the illustration of the person coercing us into doing this. Something adventurous, something dangerous, something sure to lead to many unforgettable nights. The way ahead. Yeah, we got that. Well, he says he's a jewel thief, but people say those sorts of things in honey dens. Begin our pursuit. A jewel thief probably gives excellent presents, and we imagine he'll be pleasant company besides. He's pretending not to pay attention. We'll soon correct that. Yes, we will. I wrote a story about murders, and I went into murder dreams. Look at me. No, our project advances. Become better acquainted. A straightforward approach. Persuade him to share honey with us. The best place to advance our suit is certainly in a shared dream. Or this might be faster. Well, we'll look at that. Very pleasant afternoon. Sunlight, good company, an imaginary wine. We're growing rather fond of the man. This might be faster. Arrange matters, so we meet in a honey dream. If we can determine which dreams he tends to visit, we may be able to meet him there. Sunlight. What? What? This is laziness right here. This is laziness. I learned nothing about him. Alright, well, we are just about out of actions, and I suspect, let's see if we can actually get this before I put you on pause. We will skip through. We're up to 5. Let's look at our resolution options, because if we can do it right now, then we'll do it right now. Aha, so we discovered something? Commence an affair with a jewel thief. You may not be entirely sincere. We'll go with the lower one. I'm not impressed with this gentleman, and I'm not willing to spend more actions on him. Plus, we can fit it into a single video. So, just a moment. In 4 minutes, I'll be back. I'm back, as I promised. 4 minutes later. Should really set Steam not to pop up when I'm doing these. Commence an affair with a jewel thief. We're looking forward to this. No, we're really not. Shave his head, shave his face, and teach him to smile. Maybe I'll look forward to it. We did it, though. We're free of him. A delicious dalliance. A couple of weeks of bliss, after which one of you rudely abandons the other. Ah, love. Still, we have some delightful souvenirs of our time together. Oh, what? So we gained a seduction quality, but we didn't advance our name. So what if we look at engaging and advancing? Do we need to seduce them both? I'm confused. Am I going to have to do him again? How can one contact a thief? Right. If I scroll down, is he still an option? We've seduced him already, but it would be pleasant to continue the dalliance. You can't just use the word dalliance twice like that. I guess we'll take a look at these options, and we may have to seduce her as well. It seems like the way of things. I guess that's what's in our future. This all seems very mundane. But so it goes. Next time, we will make it with the heiress. See you then.